The ultimate guide to rice is one of the most versatile and widely consumed foods in the world, forming the backbone of many cuisines across the globe. Whether you're preparing a simple side dish or using it as the base for a complex main course, understanding rice and how to cook it is essential. This guide will cover the different types of rice, how to cook them, and some tips for getting the best results in your kitchen. 1. Types of rice. Rice comes in many varieties, each with its unique characteristics and uses. Broadly, rice can be categorized into long grain, medium grain, short grain, and specialty varieties. Here are the most common types. Long grain rice. Examples: basmati, jasmine. American long grain characteristics: long, slender grains that stay separate and fluffy when cooked. They are ideal for pilafs, stir-fries, or side dishes where distinct grains are desired. Medium grain rice. Examples: arborio, calrose characteristics: shorter and plumper than long grain rice, it has a tendency to stick together when cooked, which makes it ideal for risottos, paella, and sushi. Short grain rice. Examples: sushi rice, sticky rice characteristics: plump, round grains that are sticky when cooked. This type is often used for sushi, rice cakes, or in dishes where the rice needs to hold together, such as in dim sum or rice puddings. Specialty rice. Black rice, forbidden rice, known for its nutty flavor and deep purple color. Black rice is rich in antioxidants and often used in salads and desserts. Red rice. A whole grain rice with a reddish-brown outer husk, often used in health-conscious dishes for its higher fiber content. Wild rice. Technically not rice but a type of aquatic grass, wild rice has a nutty flavor and is often used in salads, soups, or as a side dish. 2. How to cook rice. Cooking rice perfectly can be tricky, but with the right method, you can achieve fluffy, delicious results every time. The basic technique for cooking rice involves the following steps. Rinse the rice. To remove excess starch and prevent rice from being too sticky, rinse it under cold water until the water runs clear. This is especially important for varieties like basmati or jasmine rice. Use the right ratio. The water to rice ratio depends on the type of rice you're cooking. Long grain rice, typically 2 cups of water for every 1 cup of rice. Medium or short grain rice, typically 1.5 cups of water for every 1 cup of rice. Specialty rices like arborio or sushi rice may require slightly different ratios, so check specific instructions for best results. Cooking method. Stovetop. Bring the water to a boil, then reduce the heat to low, cover the pot, and let the rice simmer. Don't lift the lid while it's cooking. After 15-20 minutes, depending on the rice, remove from heat and let it sit, covered, for 5 minutes. Fluff with a fork before serving. Rice cooker. Simply add rice and water to the cooker, following the recommended ratio. The cooker will automatically switch off when the rice is done. Oven method. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Boil the water, add rice and salt, and cover with foil. Bake for about 25 minutes, or until the water is absorbed and the rice is tender. Use the right pot. A heavy-bottomed pot will help distribute heat more evenly, reducing the risk of burning the rice. Make sure the pot has a tight-fitting lid to trap steam. 3. Flavoring and seasoning rice. Rice can be a blank canvas for all kinds of flavors. To elevate the taste, try these techniques. Broth. Replace water with chicken, vegetable, or beef broth for a deeper, savory flavor. Spices and aromatics. Add bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, cardamom pods, garlic, or onion to the cooking liquid to infuse the rice with fragrance. Herbs. Fresh herbs like cilantro, parsley, or thyme can be stirred in after cooking for a burst of freshness. Coconut milk. For a creamy, slightly sweet flavor, cook rice with coconut milk, ideal for dishes like coconut rice or Thai curries. 4. Different cuisines and how they use rice. Rice is central to many cuisines around the world. Here's how some of the most popular cuisines use rice. Indian cuisine. Basmati rice is used for biryani, pilaf, and as a side for curries. Sticky rice is sometimes served with sweet dishes. Chinese cuisine. Jasmine rice is the go-to for stir-fries, fried rice, and as an accompaniment to dim sum or other savory dishes. Japanese cuisine. Short grain rice is used for sushi, rice balls, onigiri, and with dishes like donburi, rice bowls. Middle Eastern cuisine. Long grain rice is often cooked with spices like cumin and cardamom and served alongside stews or kebabs. Latin American cuisine. Rice is often cooked with beans, saffron, and vegetables in dishes like arroz con pollo or paella. 5. Rice storage and shelf life. Rice is shelf stable, but how long it lasts depends on the type. White rice can be stored in a cool, dry place for up to 4-5 years. Brown rice. Because it contains oils in the bran, brown rice has a shorter shelf life and should be consumed within 6 months to 1 year. Cooked rice. Store leftover rice in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 4-6 days. Be sure to cool it quickly after cooking to prevent bacterial growth. 6. Common mistakes to avoid too much water. Adding too much water can make rice mushy, especially with long grain varieties. Lifting the lid. Opening the lid during cooking releases steam and affects the cooking process. Not letting it rest. Allowing rice to sit for a few minutes after cooking helps the grains firm up and makes it easier to fluff. Cooking too much rice. If you're cooking a large batch, be sure to adjust your cooking time and water accordingly to avoid uneven results. 7. Fun rice recipes to try. Biryani. A fragrant and spiced rice dish, often made with chicken or lamb, and cooked with yogurt and saffron. Fried rice. Use day-old rice for the best results, stir-fried with vegetables, protein, and soy sauce. Rice pudding. A sweet dessert made from rice, milk, sugar, and spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. Sushi. Perfect for short grain rice, combined with vinegar, sugar, and salt for the perfect sushi rice. Conclusion. Rice is much more than a simple side dish. With a little knowledge of the various types of rice and how to cook them, you can elevate your meals and create a wide range of dishes that span global cuisines. Whether you're making a quick stir-fry or a slow-cooked biryani, the possibilities are endless. How to grow rice. From seeds to supermarket. Rice is a staple food for millions of people around the world, and growing it is both an agricultural and economic endeavor that can lead to a profitable business. If you're interested in how rice grows, how it's cultivated, and how it makes its way from the fields to the supermarket, here's a comprehensive breakdown. 1. How to grow rice. Growing rice requires specific conditions, particularly warm temperatures, lots of water, and flat terrain. Here's a step-by-step guide to cultivating rice. Step 1. Choose the right rice variety. There are different varieties of rice, such as indica, japonica, and aromatic rice, e.g., basmati. The type you choose depends on the climate and growing conditions of your area. Step 2. Preparing the land. Land preparation. Rice is often grown in flooded fields, known as paddies. The land must be leveled and irrigated to ensure water can stay in the fields. Soil requirements. Rice grows best in loamy or clayey soil that can retain water. It thrives in slightly acidic soils with a pH between 5.5 and 7. Step 3. Sowing seeds. Direct seeding. Rice seeds can be sown directly into the water or the soil once the paddies are flooded. Transplanting. In most commercial rice farming, seeds are first grown in seedbeds and then transplanted to the flooded fields when the seedlings are 3-4 weeks old. Step 4. Irrigation and water management. Flooding. Fields are flooded with around 4-6 inches of water to submerge the rice plants. This is critical for rice cultivation as rice roots need to be submerged in water. Drainage. After a few weeks, water is drained to allow for proper growth and to prevent the plants from becoming waterlogged. Step 5. Fertilization and pest control. Fertilization. Rice requires nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Fertilizers should be applied at different stages of growth, starting with pre-planting and then periodically throughout the growing season. Pest control. Rice fields can be affected by pests like rice weevils, rice hoppers, and fungal diseases. Integrated pest management practices are used to minimize chemical usage. Step 6. Harvesting. When to harvest. Rice is typically ready to harvest 4-6 months after planting, depending on the variety. You'll know it's time when the rice grains become hard and the plant begins to turn golden or yellow. Harvesting process. Rice is harvested using either manual labor with sickles or machines like combine harvesters. Once harvested, rice is left to dry before milling. Step 7. Milling and processing. After harvesting, the rice is processed. Husking. The outer husk is removed, leaving brown rice. Polishing. Brown rice can be polished to create white rice. This involves removing the bran layer and often using a machine to polish the rice for a shiny appearance. 2. From rice fields to supermarket. Rice milling and packaging. Once rice is harvested and milled, it goes through various stages of cleaning, grading, and packaging. Rice processors use machines to remove any remaining debris, sort the grains by size, and sometimes fortify the rice with vitamins, like folic acid, for added nutritional value. The final step is packaging the rice in bags or containers for retail distribution. Distribution to supermarkets. Rice is then distributed through wholesalers, suppliers, or directly to supermarkets. Supermarket chains often work with large food distributors, who in turn manage the logistics of delivering bulk quantities of rice to various retail outlets. 3. Rice business. Starting your own venture. The rice industry offers numerous opportunities, from farming and milling to packaging and marketing. If you're looking to start a rice business, here's how. Types of rice business. Rice farming. Cultivating rice is the first step. Depending on your location and resources, you can start with a small-scale farm or a larger commercial operation. Rice milling. After rice is harvested, milling is the next step. Starting a milling operation can be lucrative if you have access to sufficient quantities of paddy and equipment. Rice distribution. Distributing rice to local markets or supermarkets can be a profitable venture, especially if you can handle logistics efficiently. Rice retailing. Opening a rice retail shop or selling online, catering to consumers with different preferences for rice varieties, organic, basmati, jasmine, etc. Key considerations for rice business. Capital investment. Rice farming, milling, and processing require significant initial investment in equipment, land, and labor. Supply chain management. Efficient storage and transportation are key to maintaining quality and minimizing losses, especially for rice, which is sensitive to humidity and pests. Marketing. Building brand recognition and understanding consumer preferences, e.g., organic or specialty rice varieties, is crucial. 4. Rice marketing. Effective marketing strategies are important to sell your rice and grow your business. Here are some methods. Branding. Build a brand that appeals to consumers, whether it's based on quality, ethical farming, or sustainability. Unique packaging can also help differentiate your product. Targeting niche markets. Offer specialized rice varieties such as organic rice, brown rice, basmati, jasmine, or wild rice. You can also focus on health-conscious or gourmet markets. Local markets and supermarkets. Selling directly to supermarkets or local markets helps you reach a wide customer base. Online sales. With the rise of e-commerce, you can also consider selling rice through online platforms or your own website. 5. Rice desserts. Delicious ways to enjoy rice. Rice isn't just for savory dishes. It's also used in various sweet treats around the world. Here are a few popular rice-based desserts. Rice pudding. A classic dessert made by cooking rice with milk, sugar, and spices like cinnamon or vanilla. It's creamy, comforting, and can be served hot or cold. Arroz con leche, a Latin American version of rice pudding, made with sweetened condensed milk, cinnamon, and sometimes raisins. Sushi rice, sweet rice. In Japan, short grain rice is used in desserts like mochi, sticky rice cakes, and sekihan, red rice served with beans. Kheer, a traditional Indian dessert made by boiling rice with milk, sugar, and cardamom, sometimes garnished with nuts and saffron. Rice cakes. In many cultures, rice cakes, such as tteok in Korea or mochi in Japan, are made by pounding cooked rice into a paste, often sweetened and flavored with fillings like red bean paste or fruit. Conclusion: from growing rice on a farm to the moment it hits supermarket shelves, the journey of rice is complex and fascinating. The rice business offers ample opportunities, whether you're interested in agriculture, distribution, or value-added products like rice desserts. Rice is not only a vital food source but also a thriving industry that spans many stages of production, making it a versatile and essential part of both global agriculture and consumer markets.